everyone, and welcome to Bagi-bagi bahasa, or if translated in English, it means sharing languages. And here you are with me, Tiwi. And before I introduce Bagi-bagi bahasa itself, I want to introduce myself first. As you've heard just then, my name is Tiwi. I'm from Indonesia. And I've been an English teacher for about 4 years or so, or over 4 years. And here I've decided to also teach via the internet, with the videos and blog posts, and hopefully this is useful for everyone. And Bagi-bagi bahasa is a website that I've created to share in knowledge on practically any language, but so far I want to teach English, and since I'm currently learning French, so hopefully like in the future there would be tutorials on French. But anyways, actually this is my first video that I've decided to do, that I'm teaching English in English, which is, I know it's kind of weird, but as you can see, most of my other videos, most of my other videos I use Indonesian to teach, because to my Indonesian or Malaysian viewers. So, and today I'm actually doing a English speaking video because the main reason is that a few days ago somebody requested on my Facebook page that I should do a video on TOEFL tips, especially on the structure and grammar section. And that kind of gave me a ring in my head that maybe I should do this also in English, so that I could also explain to other viewers across the world who's going to take the TOEFL exam. And as you can see that TOEFL, well, as many of you know, that TOEFL is one of those exams that is used widely across the globe. It's used in America, it's used in Australia, and etc. And it's one of those exams that actually that we can know a person's ability in English. Okay, so without further ado, first of all, I'm going to explain an overview of TOEFL itself. Maybe you've known, you read the books and everything. I'll just explain it shortly. And TOEFL, there's 3 sections, and you have your listening, you have your structure and grammar, which I'm going to talk about soon, and your reading comprehension. Yeah. And in some exams, they may ask you to have an oral examination and a writing examination, but it's kind of rare. Usually they only just test you in the 3 sections that I just told you. And the thing about TOEFL is, since English is practically the #1 language that everyone uses around the world, it's again a standard. And then again, for most people who learn English as a first language, like if you live in Australia or even Malaysia is a good country, and if you live in India, if you live in England and America, English TOEFL will be very easy for you. It's something that you'll ace, basically, because it's everything there you can do by sense. But if you're a second language learner, things can get quite tricky. So I think for the second language learners, you have to work hard at it, because as I told you, language is about culture, it's about it's understanding and a lot. So anyways, before I blabber on too much, I'll go back to the main topic, which is the structure and grammar section. And here I have behind me is pretty much an overview of the structure and grammar. And the thing about structure and grammar is the secret ingredient to the high TOEFL score is in this dude. Okay, it's like if you want to invest in a good TOEFL score, you have to invest in this. Okay, it's a must. you have to invest in the section. Like the more answers, the more correct answers you get, the higher your TOEFL score. I can guarantee you that. Okay, basically there are 40 questions, and you only have 25 minutes, so you have to work. Smart. Yeah, not work hard, but work smart. And here I'm going to explain you basically the main theory that I usually use. So this is practically like another secret ingredient that I use, that I teach to my students. Is basically the whole idea of English sentences is made up of subject, verb, and object. So if you know your subjects and you know your verbs and you know how they connect and you know how they link each other, when does it change and stuff like that, then you're fine. You will be fine. Yeah. Other than that, you just have to learn on your vocabulary. You have to learn on your prepositions. You have to learn on your nouns, non-count nouns, and the sort. Those you need to memorize, and they also go into this package of structure and grammar. But the main part is this subject, verb, object. So I'll just do the example here that I have. Here you have a sentence. Okay, and the first thing you do when you have a question is don't panic at all. Just look at it. No hard feelings. They're not gonna bite. So just look at it. And if you have a blank at the beginning, it usually means that the subject is missing. So what we need now here is the subject. And here, let's check out the verb and object first. And the verb here you have are. And the object you have small and white, which are adjectives. So you don't have a noun, right? So this is not describing a noun. So it's basically describing the subject, right? And here, since we have the verb are, which is plural, therefore you need a ding ding. Yes, you need a plural subject also. So all you have to do is between A, B, C, and D, find a plural subject. And where is the plural subject? A and B is obvious. It's not plural. It's only an article and on the. And if you put these here, the T plant. Okay, plant is singular, and then you see R as plural. Okay, it doesn't match. It doesn't connect. So basically, A and B is the incorrect answer. And all you have to do is you have to choose between C and D. And here you have flowers, which is the correct subject that we need. But in C, we have having, and having here at the beginning usually is to begin a phrase, to begin a description, and you need a comma sometimes when you use having. So since we don't have any commas in the answer nor in the question here, in the statement, therefore C is incorrect there, and the right answer is D. The flowers of the tea plant are small and white. Okay, for first language students, we, like me, we tend to do this by sense, and for us, C, it doesn't make sense, right? Having flowers, the tea plant are small and white, that doesn't make sense. But for second language learners, they sometimes you don't know the difference. Okay, and if you want to do this theoretically or structurally, then having is quite is incorrect here, because you need a comma, and in the meaning it doesn't make sense either. So that's pretty much it for the structure and grammar. And for the error recognition, another tip is like they have these underline thingies, and what you do is, or what I usually do when I do these questions is, I don't usually see these. I just see the whole question as a whole sentence, a whole statement, and I just look at it with the SVO method and see which one is doesn't match or doesn't connect, which one is weird, stuff like that. So this principle pretty much applies to all of the structure and grammar section. So as I said before, you have to hit the books, know a bit of theory. Even for those first language learners, you can still get tricked by some of these questions. Personally, for me, I usually get the incorrect one on based on prepositions, you know, when to use as and stuff like that, because those expressions I get, you know, there are some expressions that I'm not used to yet, so I still get those wrong. So anyways, I guess that's it for structure and grammar and for today's TOEFL tips. Basically, before I end this video, I'll just give you a side note for everyone out there who's learning English or who's preparing for TOEFL. Just have fun with it. Don't, you know, just, you know, make this as like a reading exercise or something. You know, I usually prepare my TOEFL examination by reading Harry Potter, which is very enjoyable for me. So just enjoy yourself, and I will be back hopefully with more tutorials in English to share to all of you. If you want to request anything, please comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.